3 years after my brother died, he walked into my office looking for a job. He sat down across from me, handed me a resume with the name Charlie Momsen on it, and asked about the benefits package. I stared at him, tears already springing to my eyes. My brother Tyson, who drowned in a lake 3 years ago, there in the flesh. We'd had a funeral. I'd given a eulogy, but here he was asking about vacation days and looking at me like I was a stranger. Tyson? I said, my voice barely working. He smiled politely and said, actually, it's Charlie. No big deal though. He had a different haircut and a beard, but it was him. Same crooked nose from when he broke it playing basketball. Same scar above his eyebrow. Do you know who I am? I asked. He studied my face carefully. Should I? Have we worked together before? There was no recognition in his eyes, nothing that showed he knew he was sitting across from his brother. I excused myself and ran to the bathroom where I threw up, then called my mom. I need you to come to my office right now and don't ask questions, I said. While waiting, I googled Charlie Momsen and found a LinkedIn profile created 2 years ago. Work history going back 5 years, references, everything. But the photo was definitely Tyson. How did my brother have a complete fake identity that predated his death? My mom walked into the conference room where I'd asked Charlie to wait, took one look at him, and fainted. When she came to, she was sobbing and trying to touch his face while he backed away looking terrified. I'm calling security, he said. I don't know what's happening here, but you people are obviously confused. I showed him a photo on my phone of the three of us from 4 years ago. This is you, I said. You're Tyson Lavender. You're my brother. He stared at the photo for a long time, his hands starting to shake. I don't remember this, he said quietly. I don't remember anything before waking up in a hospital in Portland 4 years ago. They told me I'd been in an accident, that I had no identification, no family looking for me. But Tyson had disappeared from a lake in Colorado, not Portland. The search and rescue team had found his kayak and life jacket, but never his body. After 2 weeks, they declared him dead. Someone told you that you had no family looking for you? My mom asked through tears. Ooh, what hospital? Charlie pulled out his phone and showed us discharge papers from St. Mary's Medical Center in Portland. The attending physician was Dr. Rachel Wick. The discharge date was 1 week after Tyson's supposed drowning. She said I'd been found on the side of a highway with severe head trauma, he said. No wallet, no phone, nothing to identify me. She helped me get set up with a social worker who got me documents. I called St. Mary's Medical Center, but they said no Dr. Rachel Wick had ever worked there. They had no record of any John Doe with head trauma from that time period. The discharge papers Charlie had were fake, but he'd been living with them as real documents for 3 years. Then who treated me? He asked, and I could see fear creeping into his eyes. Who gave me this name? Who told me I had no family? My mom remembered something. The day before you disappeared, you called me and said you were worried about something at work. You said your boss was asking you to do something illegal with the accounts. You were going to report it to the SEC. Tyson had been an accountant at a tech startup that went public 6 months after he died. The founders were now worth hundreds of millions. Maybe I knew something, Charlie/Tyson said slowly. Maybe someone wanted me gone. I looked up the company and the CEO, Wade St. John, who'd given a speech at Tyson's memorial service about losing a valued employee. But when I searched deeper, I found that 3 other employees from that time period had died in accidents or gone missing within a year of Tyson's disappearance. All of them had worked in accounting or legal. All of them would have known about any financial irregularities before the IPO. We need to go to the police, my mom said, but Charlie shook his head. I can't. The social worker who helped me, she checks in on me every few months. She always knows where I am, where I work. She says it's part of some program for people with traumatic brain injuries, but he pulled up her contact in his phone. The number had a Portland area code, but when I googled it, it belonged to a shell company registered in Delaware. Last week she called and said I should apply for this specific job at your company, Charlie said, and my blood went cold. She said it would be perfect for my skill set. She even helped me prepare for the interview. Someone had deliberately sent my brother to my office, knowing I would recognize him, knowing it would trigger all of this. But why now, after 3 years? My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Stop digging or he disappears again, this time permanently. Attached was a photo of Charlie walking into our office building that morning, taken from across the street. In the background, barely visible, was someone in a baseball cap watching him. I zoomed in on the figure and my mom gasped. It was Dr. Rachel Wick from the fake discharge papers, clearly visible and very much real. Charlie's phone rang and he answered on speaker. Hello, Charlie, a woman's voice said. I hear you've been having an interesting morning. Your brother needs to make a choice. Forget you exist again or lose you forever. Full story on the channel below.